And welcome back, everybody. This is Shadow. No longer in the pond. No unique cuts to come back. I'm just back home. Thank God, I was really getting burned out from the builds I was doing there. I don't think I was enjoying it too much because I was trying to do too many big builds, and there's just too many options going on. So what we're back here to do is we are going to start finishing up our pathway into our kingdom, as well as finishing up the mountain. Mainly the mountain today because we need to get back in the swing of things and relearn the style I had so painstakingly learned and understood from so long in this world that I've now kind of drawn a blank on since it's been quite some time. So we're going to have to familiarize ourselves with our works again. And the first thing I'm going to start doing is, as you can see, I want to go ahead and start connecting this up there so that it's a nice overhang. I figure that'd be a great first project back. But in order to do that, I first need to go ahead and carve away this mountain some, because that needs to join up with that up there, and then it needs to come down over. So yeah, first thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and start getting this section carved back down. And actually, what I may do, let's be a little bit smart first. Me smart? Never. Oh God, I forgot how good this was. Oh, this looks so nice. Okay. Enough gushing over. Okay, this gravel. I made the random. Oh gosh, dang! I've missed this place. Okay, so what we should probably do is actually figure out where we're gonna link these two up at. So let's see. Yeah, let's. So this entire section over here is gonna be clear. I'm thinking like we start bringing it higher, like right through here. And that way we can link up as we continue up with this. All right, well, we're going to see how that looks in just a moment. So yeah, all right, let's go and see how that looks. Alrighty then. So I have went through multiple different ideas when I have been crafting this out, and this is kind of where I have stuck down on this right now. Is I'm going to try to work that over into conjoining right there while having this section seem like it's bouncing out while also bringing it all the way down. I might actually need something a bit darker because it may need to go down one more layer, which I think would look interesting to have like this section go, because I want it to end up right here and filling out most of this crevice right here. So I may need one more layer. We'll see how that looks. It might be obsidian, it might be something else. I'm not sure. Right now we have a couple deep slate right there, so not much that gets darker than that. But yeah, so where's the skeleton? I think he's like behind the walls. And so yeah, if I bring all this back, it will give this a really nice, what I believe is like a nice outline for this door, and it'll hopefully bring it all in together for this entire section of my build. Now what's going to be annoying is recreating this section all the way around. Because like that actually meets up together really nicely right there, and I think if I do bigger swaths of this with the idea of this and like having them be longer and maybe not as tall as this entire section, but like bringing it all the way out here, I think. And again, well, I don't have to cross the water with it, because yeah, it's gonna be like water in between the mountains. So I'm not sure how I will configure this pattern as it goes like further out. I may have to do like just multiple layers like I have here, but have them actually like, no, because you don't want them connected up because you lose that appealing look. I think we're going to learn a lot from this section right here on how I'm going to continue the pattern over. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start getting to work on this pattern. But first I need to go actually mine the materials, because when I left this world, I was stock out of materials for a lot of this. Let me cobbled. Oh, okay, sweet. I do have some. So let's go and grab the cobbled. This up there. It's up here. Oh, I forgot to put my cow slayer back. Okay. Oh god, happy gas would help out with this section so much. I'm thinking of that right now. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on building this out, and we'll see how this starts to look. And again, right now I'm doing the broad strokes. So I'll go and detail everything later. Right now, I just want the broad strokes to bring it all together. All right, let's go and hop in and do this. Welcome back from the super fast build mode, everybody. As you can see, this has turned out so good. I am in love with that, and I still have the scaffolding up there. But this was also a pain to make. So I was always worried at the start that when I was making this, and I do think that this section needs a little bit more care to it, because that is a little bit flat, it feels like. So I may add in like some slight outcroppings or something there, or maybe like cut off an edge somewhere. So that section needs a little bit of work still, but we will go ahead and start detailing everything up. As you can, as we are working our way through this, the best method probably for putting these in here is you just kind of have to come in and out a lot to see what's working and what's not. And also not making everything too much of one pattern, because it's supposed to be a natural spread of moss, which is kind of difficult to get. I had a method in my madness the first time I did this, but right now my method is hope and pray, 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 hope and pray. I do think it's working out, so we will be continuing hoping and praying throughout this entire section, and let's see how this has turned out. Okay, and there we have it. This is incredible. This looks so much better than what I ever could have pictured. Now the only thing we need to do is actually there's a couple quick touch-ups that we're going to need to do still. So in order to finish up this entranceway, so part one is going to be bringing this mountainous section down to cover this area, so that this gets covered up. I'll probably bring it out to like right here, and then work my way up and have it be pretty vertical. That comes in with the fact of like making sure I put some stone and everything in there. That's going to be probably something we're going to work on just next. And then I need to cover the top with dirt as well, and somehow make that, or find some way to make the top fit. I think that's going to look fine. It'll be like a little area that you know, I'll oh, you know, it'd be great if I build this out and put like a little bit of like a lawn chair or something up here, so it's like people have climb up here to relax. That'd be pretty funny. I'd really like that, like a little umbrella and lawn chair. I have that idea now. Okay, so yeah, but before we get all gung ho and hung up on moving forward to the next thing, that looks so good. That's insane. Here's the weird part. This feels like it should just be a Minecraft structure. Like it feels like this almost would be like something you would just stumble across in Minecraft. It's not. I mean, I know it's like you wouldn't ever stumble across this just because of the difference in bricks and everything, but it feels like something that should generate in Minecraft. Like just this type of mountainous structure type of deal. Which, oh yes, it's so good looking. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay. All right. So next we need to focus on building out that section over there. I'll hit that with super fast build mode. And also we need to go through and glow lighten this area up so I can remove the torches and really have this just be almost all feel like natural lighting. I do still have some of the back section to the area next to my house. This still needs a little bit of touching up of some of the mossy cobblestone. So like if I come through here and I need to add it here, okay, and then that always connects. Again, the way I am doing a lot of my connections with this is, first off, if it's a lower area like this, most it's going to be mossy cobblestone. And if it's touching grass, it's a mossy cobblestone. Bam. But I also need to come through and add in, for the really dark areas like this, I could go in and add some coral, some dried coral, because that would always help out a lot with the look of things. But as I was saying, the way I am looking at always doing mossy cobblestone to make it feel like it naturally spreads is everything has to at least be on a diagonal from it. There can't just be one standalone. So like bam bam, see right there. But that does leave this section kind of needing. So what I'm gonna do is this. That way it looks like sometimes, because sometimes on rocks there's just dry area, like areas where the moss didn't grow for some reason. So that's kind of what I'm trying to replicate here. Make that, have that full feeling about of, well, sometimes just not making sense how it grows. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes you need just some randomness to your design to make it feel natural, which is weird because technically when you think of moss, and this is why I made the diagonal area thing, is because moss will always, it's one of those where it finds the most like efficient path forward through like what it's growing. So that's why it's like, oh well, some things maybe didn't have nutrients on them or something along those lines. That's where you get some of these weird jumps where you're like, oh, it jumps to a diagonal, that's kind of weird. Yes, you are 100% a little off. But that actually makes it so your eye doesn't, if it's overly uniform, when it wants some weird jank to boss platforms, because if they're all uniform, then it will only actually make it so that it doesn't look. That it's just what I figured out when I was originally trying to build the this boss out, is that if you went too uniform with everything, it looks wrong and looks off. But if you went too scattered, it looked off, like you just randomly putting stuff. You need a, whenever you're doing something like this and trying to make it look somewhat natural, come up with a rule of like how many it goes up, how much, how far down do you allow it to go from a source block. That feels fine. Okay. Yeah, and then you just have to run back over it and look at stuff, and if you look at it and go, that looks off, that means you need to fix it. Okay. So now that we've went through, okay, wait. That looks, so if we do this, and bam, bam, and then that one into that. Okay, there we go. No longer feels off. But like there's too much cobblestone. Okay. And so then that is how you end up with this beautiful masterpiece that I was discussing about a second ago. And also saying we're going to go into super fast build mode, or like structure of an area mode. I don't know what to call it anymore, but that's how we get into this and see this beautiful, beautiful structure going here. All right, let's go ahead and hit that super fast build mode. Get this area filled out and some glow lichen in there. One. Okay, and welcome back from that super fast build slash mode of building out that area right over there. So this terraforming is so difficult. Like re-terraforming around something is extremely difficult. I feel like right now, if you didn't really realize there was something under there and it was covering it, you can kind of tell. I would probably have to bring it out here to make it flawless. Then that would be re-terraforming that entire section up there as well. But maybe if I did it to like, no, I'm gonna leave it as for now. I may revisit this in the future when I get maybe a bit better at doing some terraforming, or have someone help me with it, because right now all I'd be doing is walking there. I've walked back and forth like 80 times. This down there, but then this would have to come up here. That would cover up that entire section. Oh. Then we just have a sheer cliff right here. Then if we bring it down out here, this off. Maybe because this looks a little, just this. Here's the thing, only like that one section. Everything else looks fine. Like everything else looks good. I feel it's just like that one area right there, and I'm not sure how to fix it. If anyone has any ideas, go ahead and shoot them down in the comments. But we shall be ending this here because we have now completed the mountain. Look at, okay, wait. When I'm not focused solely on what's happening there, look, that looks great. That looks so good from a distance, and looks like that's entering underneath all that. That looks so good. I just need to get out of my own head. I just need to get out of my own head, because that runs into everything so well. And actually, I think we need to head over here and add a little bit over on this side as well. So let's see. So I'm guessing like oh, this out to about like here, and bring this up here. And if I right, actually have a little bit more coverage on that to bring the kind of shrink out the wall, so there's less of just a harsh straight line. I think that really brings a lot of that together, and have fun getting banned bots. All right, so yeah, I think that brings a lot of that together right there. And once that all grows in, maybe that section out right there. Ooh. Here, there we go. All right. Yeah, I really like that. It kind of cuts down on some of the harsh angles that came with all the black right there, and making it kind of feel like it got cut away. And now it draws even more emphasis on the door and the surroundings. I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed with myself. This is so good. This is so good. Look at all the lights in there, and everything is working together. All right, let's grab my horse through here. I don't have a saddle. I don't have a saddle. I've had him tied up here for so long, and I never put a saddle on him. I'm an idiot. How do I make a saddle? Well, I cannot believe I'd never put a saddle on him. This horse has been sitting here for like a year. It's not. How do I make a saddle? Not make a saddle? I thought you could make a saddle. I'll let you run thing. But I can't talk anymore. But yeah, so I'll have to get a saddle for him eventually. But this has been a great learning experience for building this out, because I will have to be doing the same, but more on this side eventually. So that'll be a lot of fun to out all that. Yeah, and then we have our road running through this entire area, and this will end up connecting in with this road, and then I'll be making a bridge over this section right here, and then we will enter in the section of the city once that bridge is. Yeah, so that does just about wrap us up for today. I am just gonna say I am very happy with how everything has turned out. And we will see you everybody next time. Oh, wait, before I do go, I am streaming on Twitch, so if anyone ever wants to stop by, I stream normally on Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays. I'm not always playing Minecraft. Saturdays a lot of time are hang out and play anything with friends. And thank you all for attending. You everybody have a sweet and swelled. Everybody have a fantastic day. This is Shadow DMF. Peace.